Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a pretty unbalanced rack with clunky consonants and, well, it's balanced in terms of vowels and consonants, but the duplicates and the clunky nature of the consonants means I won't be scoring fantastically on this opening move. Is there a 5-letter play that I can muster? Not seeing it. I'll go with Kif. Not a great pickup. I've drawn the U and duplicated the O. So, not ideal, but I have undoing. No, not quite. O would need to be an N. I have the oid ending. Opponent keeps it tight and forces me to play from I6 pretty much, unless I play Oxid, but I don't like the rack leave. I might go with doing. Or dingo. Doesn't leave a vowel next to this double word square. Yeah, I'll go with this. 16. I draw the first blank, but the W-U-Y combo, not a great one. I have Havocs and Swy. That's a decent score. 41 with a good rack leave, getting rid of the W and Y. But what about this N? Is there an unword? Unslowly. That sounds a bit of a stretch. Yeah. I'm not seeing an unword. So I think I will go with Swy for 41. Draw the Z. Don't think there's a 7 with this rack. I have Moz for a Mozza. 55 points, keeping the blank. That's going to be hard to beat. Do I have a UZ play? I do. I have Luz. Slightly lower score, but good to get rid of the U rather than the O. No front hooks for Luz either, so opponent not likely to score well. Opponent has exchanged, so I'll just have one last look through the N maybe. I think I will go with Luz for 51. Okay, now getting a little closer to bingo territory here. have the mega component of a word. Megalot, no good. Now, a lot of Hebrew words end in OT, and OTH. Now, I'm also looking at this Y. Don't have maggoty. That would be a 7 anyway, if the L was a G or a Y. I don't think voltage is a word. I have the gate component of a word as well. And I have opponents played toe. I have the log component as well. Okay, I'm not seeing a 7 or an 8. Oh, what about Gloma? No, Gloma is not good. So what to do here? Maybe glom, I think looks okay. 25 decent rack leave. Jackonet, is that a thing? Or am I mixing it up with something else? Jackonet. Doesn't play anyway. I have the co prefix. I think Jackonet. Oh, it does play here. And the more I think about it, the more it sounds familiar. Now, is there anything? Oh, it's been taken. That's a real shame. He has created a hotspot for me. I don't think NAB is good, NABB. But I do want to see, I think Jackonet is fine. I just want to see if it would have been fine. Yeah, it's only NAB that's not good. So Jackonet was a bingo. Now, pity TOJ isn't good, because OMA is fine. That would be huge. TOC is good. So what about a CAJ play? Cajon is good. No, not worth burning the blank for. Maybe just J-O. Yeah. I think J-O makes sense. 40 points with a very strong rack leave. I've picked up dross, unfortunately. The Q and the W, probably the two worst tiles I could have drawn together. Maybe the Q and the V would have been slightly worse, but anyway. Oh, opponents provided a Q hotspot, so that's worked out okay. No use wasting time on that one. Now, clunky here, but if I play off few, F-E-W, then the rest of the rack pretty good. So I've got fob and few. OME no good. I've got new and E-new. Quite a few E's to come. That's a 33-point play. I'd rather get rid of... Yeah. I don't know, get rid of the F or the W. Well, this is the last F and last W, so no. Okay, opponent's taken that spot, and he's given me a spot for few. So that's quite handy. 30 points there. I think I'll play that off. Now, I do have the Y and the U. So, see if there's something better here. Kearney's. I don't know if Kearney's is good. Chutneys through a H or a T. Don't seem... Kearney's might be good. Just looking at the Y, but unlikely to be of use in terms of bingos. What about the G? ING word? No. Okay, opponents played woe. Kearney's no good. Centuries. Nothing for going after apart from the S. So maybe if I get rid of U, Y and U, I'll be in good shape. Let's see what we got. Y and U. I don't want to get rid of the E necessarily. And I don't want to block bingo lanes. So if I was to play UE, no, I don't like that. Maybe just the Y, actually. I don't mind this rack leaf. Okay. Uncages. Discages, I think. Congues. Okay, opponents de-ashing. Bingo there nicely. What about decusing? No. Uncages, I think, is fine. Yeah. Apiarian. That would be nice. Apiarian. Apiarian. I need a floating A. Perhaps opponent will leave an A down here at 15H. That's probably wishful thinking. Or maybe at 8A. I think I've only played Apiarian once in my life. Apiarian. Oh, he provides a D but not an A, so that's a shame. Anyway, what to do? Paid. I wonder if paid is the play. It does sort the rack out nicely. This is about as good a leave as I'm gonna get, so the D there, the P there, so I'll play that one. Wow, that's a pretty good pickup. And what does this rack plus a P make? Trip lane, trap line. Not seeing a bingo there. What about the D? So internal through an N. What about the Y? I mean, I've got loads of sevens here. Ratline, latrine, reliant. But the C just kills the underlaps and the overlaps. What about the D? Trip lane, trap line. Is there a third one? Interlap. Ah, opponent bingos from the P. So, nah, doesn't look like I'll be bingoing here. It'd have to be a very fancy underlap. Wow. So now opponents in range of striking of the lead. Now what? This Y still holds some hope of a bingo. Interlay, yes. Almost gave up on the search. Now I've drawn 3 R's here. Not ideal, but I think the game is won. So, does opponent have a bingo? Penia? No. Arid? Pinger? Todd is good. And what about Dari? No. Torradii. Actually, I don't think Dari is fine. Yeah, 23. Opponent will go out with EN, no doubt. And then I've got 8 points he'll get in count back from my remaining tiles. Yeah. Okay, so 407 to 506. Thank my opponent for the game, and let's see what we missed. So analyze, we'll have a look. So opening move was Kif. That seems fine. Now opponent goes with Oxo for 34. Vox for 30, slightly better because of the rack leave. Now I've got Duo for 13, pretty average scores there. I went with Dingo for tile turnover, Chevan for 28, or Havoc for 32. Pretty similar scores in equity. No bingo here. Swy was top play for 41. And opponent exchanges here. That looks fine. Luz for 51. Moz for 55. Slightly better equity because of the score, but yeah, I suppose GLU better synergy than GMO, so maybe I should have played Moz anyway. Opponent's got Toe for 12 with a strong rack leave, that looks best. Now, there was a bingo, just one, Atmology. Atmology, 2 spots, 01. Down onto the Y, tricky to spot. Atmology, very nice. I went with Glom, which I think was, yeah, pretty much the next best. 53 equity points. Now Tabia for 105, look at that. 4-timer. Opponent missed that one. He would have taken a good lead there. He went with Ab. Now no bingo here. Joe for 40 was best, and Interim for 36 was best here for a 4-timer. Cat for 67 was a fortunate gift, almost 67. And then Evo for 19 was opponent's best play from that position. Few for 30 was again the optimal play. And now O died 11D, ODAH. Okay, that seems okay, especially with so fewer vowels than consonants, so it didn't matter to leave a vowel heavy rack in that instance, but he went with woe. Now, no bingo, but zany on offer for 20 with a strong rack leave. Did take out that lane, which I don't know if it was overly useful, but yeah, I went with J. I wonder how far down the... So J for there's a 47.5 equity. 57.5 equity. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, maybe zany. I just didn't like the idea of keeping the U. There were two to come. And if you pick up the second one, well, your chances of bingoing reduce dramatically. Anyway, opponent has sheeting here, or de-ashing, so that was nice. And then Kangs, Scunges, Queuings, and Uncages. I think Kangs was best because it got the G doubled. I went with Uncages. Duet for 18 with a strong rack leave. Opponent went with Duet. You could have played Duet through there. Air Gap looks like a good score, but I thought take out the D because a 9-timer would pretty much decide the outcome of the game, and there was a blank with some pretty flexible tiles to come, so that 9-timer danger was pretty real. Took that out, and then opponent still managed a bingo with Platinas for 80, but nasality. Wow, nasality. Maybe that's the sound made through your nose. Nasality. Okay, that's salacity. That's quite nice as well. Satiably. Okay, and papalist. Some nice bingos there. Opponent goes with Platinas, and then interlay came down. If I didn't bingo there, well, yeah, there was a chance of a bingo at the end, but not on this board if I was to take out the Y. So I think I was pretty safe at this stage. And I managed to get interlay down. Pinger for 30 was best. And then Diary for 23 was best there. And opponent goes out with N. So that was the end of the game. Yeah, hope you enjoyed watching that game. And I will see you next time.